With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Round 80!
First down, and they're going to throw without it. Got a man open. It's Ross. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Nicole Hardman, 50 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. We thought that may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
First carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Left up defense. Who get go? Check right. Ready.
He'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Fielded just inside the 20. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll hand it off to Bush. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Allen's throw is complete. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we look? Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. There he goes inside the 30. Open man is Ross, complete. And down to the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive. It just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does. And we're talking about an era in the game.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. 2 excellent drives for them to start this game, both ending with touchdown passes.
Yeah, they're off and running, even though they finish things off through the air. Got to like what you're seeing from them so far. Being able to maneuver offense, take care of the football, and then ring that bell at the end with, as you said, 2 touchdown passes.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. A first down carry for Barkley. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On first down, Barkley about 3 yards there to the 27. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll drop the throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 12-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. That'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A running play there, going to get 11 as they get a quick first down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
56.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen, flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Now this throw caught left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Throwing now is Allen. His throw incomplete. Nicole Hardman, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
He's going to let this go for the end. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Nicole Hardman, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. They'll set up a throw. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls pass incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Looking to throw, and able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will be taken at the 13. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. That one good for 33 in the first. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be out right at the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Saquon Barkley running right. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Hey, check Mike 6, ready, go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On third down, Barkley, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Allen now looks to throw. And this one's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Let's go, D.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, it's Allen. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Saquon Barkley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight. Go.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Second and 11. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. This was boxing. You think maybe they would have thought about stopping this one, because this defense has been bruised, it's been battered, but this is why they keep the fight going, right? They just got done with a really nice play, showing they still got a little bit left, don't they?
Haven't had many plays that they can clip, put in the film room, and smile about, but hey, there's one.
Clip and save.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check, check. 3 down.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Man open, that's Jaleel Scott. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. This quarterback now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Fighting him off. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Hey, Mike 52.
Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Check four. Shift.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Got a man open, it's Ross. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Allen. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Bush. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
To say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Barkley, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
9:36. I got you, son.
On first down, Bush, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. It's caught by Davis. Dropped at the 35, but he was able to display the agility there.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Bravo! 52.
Back to throw now on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Bush. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
56.
They'll keep it in the hands of Bush. And he's taken down inside the 30. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Line 36.
They'll run on first down. It's Bush. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. On 2nd and 7. Allen under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Allen going to throw. He'll get this one complete to Davis. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards.
First down, Cincinnati.
Hey, Mike 50. Coming this way.
So Allen's going to look to throw. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, and now I'm listening to you. So for Cincinnati, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back into swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.